Stars get a much needed win against the LA Kings to avoid slipping back into another losing streak to contend with. So it's good to see that. And before we get into all of that, I wanted to circle the Vultures a little bit on the New York Rangers, who are having a disappointing season. They just suffered an injury to their franchise goaltender in Shesterkin. He's week to week, it looks like, but you know how that goes. I think they're going to be out for a decent amount of time for him, enough to continue to hurt them in the standings. They've lost 4 in a row. They lost 10-2 to the Bruins the other night. Last night they were up 2 goals, ended up giving 4 unanswered goals against the Seattle Kraken. So the wheels are coming off there. They've had a rough few years here, and that's a team that I think is going to be a seller at the deadline. And I gotta tell you, they have some assets that interest me. For one, their number one defenseman, Adam Fox, who's gotten 70 plus points before. He's a player that's on a level near Miro Heiskanen in a lot of ways, kind of, in that ballpark. Great player, right shot, which is always a rarity. The question is, would you move somebody like Thomas Harley on the left side for somebody like Adam Fox on the right side? And the other question is, Miro Heiskanen has had a lot of talk about moving him to his natural left side because he is a left shot. But after years and years of playing the right side, is the left side even his strong side anymore? So there are some questions around that, but that is a possibility, and something that you gotta at least kick some tires on if and when somebody like that comes available. Another guy, Vinny Trocheck, who plays either first or second line center for them, depending. With Zibanejad, they kind of rotate them depending on how they're playing. But great guy. He's a guy that you're going to get about 60 points a year. Two-way guy. He brings some pestilence to his game. Gets under people's skin. Somebody that you can play up and down the lineup, but mostly he's probably going to play in your top 6. So that's another guy that you might look at. Another one that I like a lot is Will Cooley, 23-year-old, 6'3", power forward type. He's another heart and soul player. He'll drop the mitts. He'll run people over. He kind of has some Jamie Benn in his game. And with Jamie Benn being on the last holes of his career, that is another player who holds a lot of interest to me. Then the other guy, if you're looking to bring in an absolute warlord, you got to look at Matt Rempe. So I want to know what you guys think about any of those guys. Let me know in the comments. Food for thought as we get closer and closer to the deadline. So the Dallas Stars, they would win an important game, which would put us now 2 points ahead of Minnesota with 1 game in hand because they lost their game. So good news there. Some more good news. Jamie Benn was back, which is great, even though he wasn't really a big contributor in the game on the score sheet. He's always a good presence to have for the Stars on the ice and in the locker room. So good to have him back. More good news on the injury front. Leon Bischel is off the scooter and is supposed to be skating at the end of this month, potentially. So having his physical presence would be greatly appreciated by this team, who is just scraping the bottom of the barrel when it comes to their hitting game, their snarl. So hopefully he is back sooner rather than later. I mean, I looked at the numbers and we're hitting in the teens on average in the last 9 games or so here, and that's probably been pretty much the case for us the whole year, more or less. I mean, we're we have the worst hitting numbers in the league, so anybody who can contribute, and he's going to put up 4 or 5 hits a night, so getting him back would be absolutely a godsend. Let's talk about the game a little bit. Wyatt Johnston would open the scoring for us. He would have 1 goal on the night. The way that this played out was Rantanen broke up a play in the defensive zone, and then in transition, Lindell would skate it across the center line, pass it to Steele on the left wing, who passes it back to center to Johnston, who would shoot it from above the circles, about dead center, and beat Kemper low. Probably a shot that Kemper would want back, but he's had a handful of those. He's having a rough year. Robo would get the game-winning goal for us on a slow motion backhand from distance through traffic, and he just came on the ice, so great for him. He is just everything he touches turns to gold this year, it seems like, at least after that slow start. So great to see him keep scoring. He is on pace for just under 50 goals. Sam Steele would have 2 assists on the night. Mikko Rantanen would get another assist. He is on pace for 112 points and 142 penalty minutes. I don't think he's going to have 142, but I do think he's going to hit the 100 plus 100 penalty minutes, which is amazing to see. You don't see that much in the modern NHL. Otter would have a great bounce back game, putting up a .960 save percentage, only letting 1 in. So great to see there. Lindell would have 2 assists and would lead us in time on ice, though he did have one little bit of a blunder where he failed to clear on the penalty kill, and then Perry in front of the net with a nice drop pass to Byfield on the other post for the alley-oop style goal. So the Stars continue to struggle on their penalty kill. We're killing only 60%, meaning in the last 9 games here, where we've struggled, we've let our opposition score at 40% pace on those games, which is just horrendous. So we've got to still get that under control. There's a lot of the underlying problems that the Stars have had for ages now, it seems. We got outshot again, 18-25. We got outshot again, 17-24. So we're still not putting the body on the opposition nearly at the rate that we should be. And we won against a team that's 6 games under 500 coming in. So we take the win, of course, but the problems are still there and they need to be addressed. So anyway, we go on to play the Anaheim Mighty Ducks next, who have lost 9 in a row. They are the coldest team in the NHL after coming out as one of the hottest teams in the NHL. So hopefully we can end up building a little more momentum against them. We should, right? If we're the team to break their losing streak, that's going to sting. Hopefully we come after that game with some good news for you. I appreciate all y'all foilists, and you guys have a great day.